Good evening, Toiletarians. I'm your host, Toilet Terry, and you're watching Toilet Talk. Hope y'all had a wonderful day. If not, I'm sorry. Tonight's topic is an oops moment. For example, I came across somebody who I hadn't seen in a long time the other day. I recognized them, but did they recognize me? No. I mean, that happens a lot. I mean, I'm serious. He didn't realize who I was until after we had talked for a few minutes. Because at first he was like, "Who are you? I don't know you. Get away from me, stranger. You're a creep. You don't know me. You crazy." And he was like, "Oh, John Terry. Or Toilet Terry. Yeah, I know you." Oops. Seriously, that'll happen a lot. For the first time in a while, I run into my PE teacher from elementary school, right? I don't know it's her at first, but I know I recognize this lady from somewhere. So I approach her and I say, "Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?" And it's like, in reverse. She's like, "Oh yeah, John Terry. Or Toilet Terry. Yeah. I know you. I remember you. I'm the coach, remember?" And I'm like, "Oh." And I'm thinking, you've put on a lot of weight for a physical education teacher. Oops. I'm in the car with my grandma BB, right? B. She's driving me around. And she stops at this house. And then she calls one of her coworkers, this guy named Larry. And Larry gets on the phone with her. And she says, "Larry, why didn't you do your job today? This grass at this house looks exactly the same way it did the last time I showed up here." And he said, "I did my job today. I cut the grass, I did everything. What are you talking about?" He was confused, going back to the spirit of confusion. And she was like, "No, you liar. You're fired." And he's like, No, I seriously did. Now, you gotta be careful what you say. You gotta think before you speak. Especially when you say things like, "You're fired!" Because, long story short, he had accidentally gone to the wrong address and cut the grass of a complete stranger. And this complete stranger probably got home from work that day before Thanksgiving, thinking, "Angels cut my grass. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving." Oops. They may literally be thinking, "Oh, angels cut our grass that day. Have angels cut your grass?" Or they may be thinking, I wonder who cut our grass that day. I would ask Larry himself, but he's dead now, so that'd be creepy. Ugh. So we ain't never gonna know who these people are, and they're never gonna know who we are. The worst and most embarrassing, though, out of all possible oops moments is tripping and falling. Because, I mean, you're looking around to see if anyone... Oh, did anybody see me? Oh, somebody saw me. I'm so embarrassed. You're doing that rather than looking to see if you're hurt or not. You're not looking for scars or nothing. Because you're too afraid of what people think. One year, it's really icy outside. B goes out to her car. Since it's really icy, the door's heavy, so she's struggling to get it undone at first. But when she finally does get it undone, because of the weight of that door, because of how heavy it was, she loses control of her body and slips on the ice. She don't even know how this happened, y'all. Next thing she knows, like, this much of her body is underneath the car, laying on the ice. I mean, right as soon as she let that door go. Whoosh. Oops. I mean, she could not push herself out because she was on ice. One night, B and her sister are out driving in the rain. When it rains, the roads get muddy. So then, yeah, what happens? They slide into a big ditch. Oops. My grandmother probably breaks the record for most oops moments. I mean, y'all ain't even seen nothing yet. Her montage of oops moments needs to go in the Book of World Records. I'm surprised it's not even in there yet. And the reason why is because she really strongly believes in the need to laugh at yourself, as I do. For those of you out there who have not seen my film, The Great Adventure of the Bomber Busters, the original, there's a scene where my character gets out of the car and he strips his pants down and tries to find the bee that stung him in his pants. Well, the origin of that scene is actually from an oops moment from BB. And I decided to take the fall for it in the movie instead, because I'm that cool of a grandson. And I'm going to tell you all that story right here, right now. B, when she was younger, visited a barn with an antique shop. If you ask me, I think that's where the wasp decided to crawl up her britches. Because next thing she knows, she's driving, and when her pant leg tightens, it stings her, and it burns, like it stings. And she's screaming, she's panicking, panic is attacking her, anxiety is attacking her. She's like, oh Lord, help me, help me, help me, where's the next place I can pull over? The next thing she sees is a service station. So B pulls up behind the gas pumps, right? She gets out of the car, starts jumping up and down, takes off her pants, because it will not get out of her pants. But then after it's too late, she looks behind her, and she realizes there's other gas pumps there, where people can see her. She's just like, hi, sorry, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go. Oops. I mean, come on, what else could you do in this situation? She just pulled her pants back up, got in the car, and drove away quickly. Man. No, BB even had a lot of oops moments as a kid. Her and her younger brother. Together. I mean, they would always end up in the emergency room at the same time. Every time. I mean, the nurses and the doctors and everybody at the hospital knew that if they saw one of them, oh, the other one's gonna show up. Because they would always do something at the same time to get each other hurt. They would either be getting stitches or what. Oops. This one time, she threw a rock at her younger brother, Benny. He ducked to dodge it, right? But she threw it low. So literally, they both collided. Like, this was him. He's going low. Oh, I'm gonna dodge it, I'm gonna dodge it. She throws it low. Next thing I know, Benny's in the hospital getting stitches. Oops. And like I said, B and Benny always ended up in the hospital at the same time as kids. So BB, as she recalls, had to get stitches that day too. She just doesn't remember why, because her excuse is always, oh, I'm just too old to remember. Which leads us, toiletarians, into our next topic. Join us on the next Toilet Talk for Too Old to Remember. Alright, don't forget to click subscribe for more content. See y'all in the next Toilet Talk. Good night, everybody.